This call is now being recorded.
Training program. Okay, yeah, the great honor for us to welcome you. That's for this function. First of all, I'm going to welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor, SV, SKV Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Welcome you, sir. And the guest of honor, the Professor, the Sarana Raj, Director of Extension, Manage Hyderabad. Sir, welcome you, sir. And one more, our guest of honor, Professor S.N. Upadhyaya, Director, SS, RVS, KVV, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. And today, today training president, Professor K.N. Kattimani, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, UAS, Raichur, Karnataka. Due to unavoidable circumstances, sir is not here. Instead of that, we are having one more renowned speaker and renowned personality, Dr. M.G. Patil, Registrar, US Raichur, Karnataka. I welcome you, sir. And I'm going to welcome all our organizing members for this today training program and all the participants. I'm going to welcome, first of all, our from that's a coordinator. The chief patron is by Professor S.K. Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RVS KVV, Madhya Pradesh, and patron director, Extension Service, RVS KVV, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and organizing director, Dr. Ratan Nishane Madam, the Dean, the College of Agriculture and Research Station, Narayanpur, Chhattisgarh, and our course director, Sudhir Singh, Agribusiness Incubation, RVS KVV, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and our course convener, the DU Lokandesa, the Professor Surgery and Radiology. Officer in charge, ICR, IGF Regional Research Station from Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir, and co-convener, the Malik Muhammad. Ram Prasad Nagarao Kandesa, Assistant Professor, Parbhani, Maharashtra. And Joint Organizing Secretary, Dr. Chandra Professor, US Raichur. The Muhammad Ashraf Khan, Assistant Professor, Scott, Kashmir. A course coordinator, Akhilesh Singh, Nodal Officer. Khurshid Alam Khan, Assistant Professor, RVSKV, Madhya Pradesh. And myself, Dr. Manjuna Dio. And course coordinator, co-coordinator, S.C. Srivatsav, Technical Officer, RVSKV, Gwalior. And Dr. Shashi S. Yadav, the Soil Sciences, the College of Agriculture, Gwalior, and IT Engineer, Abzar Farooq, and Mr. Mazid. These are our organizing team. Now, that's the most important, our participant. Today is around 205 participants have been registered for this training program. I welcome you each, one and all, for this today training program. First of all, I'll say something about what you have conducted, NADCL. NADCL, along with some other organization, we conducted a 2 online training program and 1 physical training program. That's 2 online training program. The first training program was conducted between 26th May to 15th June 2020 on preparing and management of result-oriented research project in agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, and allied sector. That's organized by NADCL and AEDS, Rampur, Uttar Pradesh. Yeah, around 375 participants have been registered and participated in this training program. Almost all corners of the country, the participants are there, and the Agriculture University, ICR Institute, from private sector also the speaker have been they delivered the lecture. The training is went on well, is well appreciated by a participant. The again on 20th August to 11th September, we conducted training, national training program, 21 days on in product production, utilization, and livestock health and production, and environmental sustainability. This was jointly organized by NADCL and ICR, the regional office, IGFRI, the regional research station, Srinagar. In this training, around 342 participants. Again, the four corners of a country, the participants have been registered, and the so many, that's an international and national, the speaker delivered the lecture in this training program. This train successfully completed through virtual mode, that's an online mode by NADCL. Now, today we are here for a third training program, that is the 21 days innovative training program, that is recent technologies of agribusiness management, agri-entrepreneurship. I welcome you one and all for today, that the training program. First of all, I'll request Dr. Sudhir Singh Badaria to give an introductory address by our course director. The Sudhir Singh Badaria, please sir, please take on. Sudhir Singh Badaria sir, please.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Manjunatha. A very cozy good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, I take this privilege to welcome Professor Dr. K.N. Kattimani, Honorable Vice Chancellor, and Dr. M.G. Patil from University of Agricultural Sciences, Raichur, Karnataka. Chief guest of the program, Professor Dr. S.K. Rao, Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rajmata Vijayaraje Sindhia, Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Gwalior. Guest of honor, Professor Dr. Sarvanan Raj, Director, Agriculture Extension, National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, Manage, Hyderabad. Professor Dr. S.N. Upadhyay, Director, Extension Services, Rajmata Vijayaraje Sindhia, Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Gwalior. Professor Dr. Najmuddin Suleiman, Deputy Director, Administration of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Ministry of Agriculture, Gajira, Sudan. Organizing Director, Dr. Ratna Nasine Ma'am, Dr. Raisa, and all team members from National Agriculture Development Cooperative Limited, Baramulla, and Rajmata Vijayaraje Sindhia, Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and dear participants. We welcome all of you in the inaugural session of 21 days innovative training program, that is ITP, on recent technologies of agribusiness management and agri-entrepreneurship. Friends, basically agri-entrepreneurship is the marriage or synergy between the agriculture and entrepreneurship. Agri-entrepreneurship is a key feature in economic progress of a developing country like India. It is a way of converting developing country into a developed nation. Therefore, there should be more stress on integrated entrepreneurial development programs in the field of agriculture. The Indian economy is basically an agrarian economy. It can serve as a platform for agribusiness, agricultural entrepreneurship, food processing, and other allied activities. So lack of knowledge about entrepreneurship, capital, inefficient production process, and marketing are among the key challenges in agricultural development. I hope that this 21 days training program would be a great opportunity in enhancing mutual understanding in the conceptual and theoretical framework of agribusiness and agripreneurship, and also push those methodologies to your respective agricultural policies and eventually help small scale and related agricultural businesses to meet market demands and to maintain or expand operations or investment for greater access to new market opportunities through the able mentorship of the participants. So friends, now I will like to introduce about the schedule of the program. Our program will start from today only, and our first speaker shall be Dr. Sarvanan Raj, Director, Agriculture Extension, National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, Hyderabad. He will be discussing on agri-business and agri-startups, and rather he will be sharing experience from Manage, Hyderabad. Dr. Ratna Nasine Ma'am shall be discussing about empowerment of women through agri-entrepreneurship. Dr. Manpreet Kaur from Tukas, Jammu shall be discussing about entrepreneurship opportunities, and she will be sharing a case study from Shivalik Himalayas. Dr. Girish Uddarao Yadav from Mumbai Veterinary College shall be discussing on-farm primary treatments for profitable livestock farming. Dr. Anuj Tripathi from IGKV Raipur, Chhattisgarh shall be discussing about entrepreneurship development through community farming and collective farming. Dr. Kabir Abdul Aziz, Agriculture Research Officer from Agriculture Research Council of Nigeria, Mabusi, Abuja, shall be discussing on agribusiness management and overview. Dr. Hullas Pathak, Head and Chief Executive Officer from IGKV, Raipur, shall be discussing on innovations and entrepreneurship in agribusiness. He shall be sharing experiences from IGKV Rabi, that is an agribusiness incubator from Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Dr. Manoj Kumar Tripathi, Principal Scientist from Central Institute of Agricultural Engineering, Bhopal, shall be discussing on food processing sectors, status, challenges, and opportunities. And we have requested some bankers also because they are required for the agribusiness and agri-entrepreneurship activities. So Mr. Sanjeev Raman, Deputy Divisional Manager from NABARD Gwalior, shall be throwing light on government schemes to promote agribusiness. Dr. MP Thakur, Director Instructions from IG, discussing on recent technologies of agribusiness management and agri-entrepreneurship. Dr. Murli from ICR Sugarcane Breeding Institute shall be discussing on sugarcane-based agripreneurship, technologies and animal husbandry to improve farmers' economy shall be dealt with Dr. Manjunatha ji. Dr. PC Vengaiah from YSR Horticulture University, Solan, shall be discussing on the palm products, that is entrepreneurship development through palm products. Dr. Najmuddin Suleiman, Deputy Director Administration of Agriculture and Natural Resources from Ministry of Agriculture, Gezira, Sudan, shall be discussing on application of GIS and GPS in agribusiness management. Dr. Viraj Bandhu Basak from ICR Directorate of Medicinal and Aromatic Plants Research, Anand, shall be discussing on DMA PR technologies for medicinal and aromatic plants for entrepreneurship. And Dr. Amit Buddhi Raja, Director Utopia Logistics, New Delhi, shall be discussing on agri-export procedures and logistics, agri-export and agri-export promotions schemes. Dr. Dilip Pawar from ICR CIAE shall be discussing on business opportunities in primary processing for fruits and vegetables. Dr. Sudhakar Dwivedi from Division of Agriculture and Economics, Sukas Jammu, shall be discussing about projects planning and management. Entrepreneurship opportunities in livestock sector shall be discussed by Dr. Prakash Kumar Rathore from Veterinary College, Bidar, Karnataka. Dr. Pragya Bhadoria, ARS Scientist, ICR Atari Zone 1, Ludhiana, shall be discussing on entrepreneurship opportunities through livestock-based agribusiness models at farmers' field. Dr. S.K. Jain from College of Technology and Engineering, MPUAT, Rajasthan, shall be discussing on opportunities and challenges of setting a food processing industry. Dr. Hidesh Pandey, Department of Food Processing Technology from Anand Agriculture University, Anand, shall be discussing on startup innovations for entrepreneurship development in horticultural crops. Dr. Jagrati Desmanya from US, Karnataka, Raichur, Karnataka, shall be discussing on agribusiness opportunities. Dr. Ismail Misra
Mazid, unmute yourself. Mazid, unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yeah.
I think Dr. Sudhir Badoria's connection has been lost. Hello?
No, he's on the line, Mazid. He's on the line.
I'm not able to hear him, sir.
Dr. Sudhir Singh Badaria, sir, the Nodal Officer, Agribusiness Incubation Center, RVSKVV, Gwalior MP. Sir, I request you to give an introductory address. Our course director, Dr. Sudhir Singh Badaria, sir. Please, sir.
Hello,
Yeah, Dr. Badoria.
Yeah, okay. Sorry for the interruption. Actually,
Yeah,
there
sir.
was a call, so it got disconnected. Dr. HP Singh from BHU Varanasi shall be discussing on conservation agriculture, a way for sustainable development. Dr. SK Nanda, former project coordinator from ICR CIFED Ludhiana, shall be discussing on impact analysis of diverse technologies in post-harvest sector. Dr. Avinash Kumar from Sam Higginbottom University of Agriculture, Technology and Sciences, Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad, shall be discussing on government schemes for setting food processing units in different regions. Dr. Ajita Tiwari from Assam University, Silchar, and postdoctorate fellow from Germany shall be discussing on rural entrepreneurship through food processing innovation drivers and barriers in Northeast India. Dr. Sundar Murthy from ICR Sirkot, Mumbai, Maharashtra, shall be discussing on role of agribusiness incubation center in entrepreneurship development, a case of ICR Sirkot. Dr. Virendra Kamalvanshi Institute of Agricultural Sciences from Banaras Hindu University shall be discussing on a very important topic, that is blockchain, the future of food supply chain industry. And last but not least, Dr. Nitin Soni from College of Horticulture, Mandsaur, RVSKVV Gwalior shall be discussing on commercial production of grapes for developing the entrepreneur. So friends, I also request the participants to be attentive in the program, and this training is not the end. After 28th also, we will remain connected in future also and share our initiatives in the area of agri entrepreneurship through our platform of Rajmata Vijayaraje Scindia Agri Business Incubation Center, Gwalior. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dr. Manjunatha, please. Hello? Dr. Manjunatha.
I'll request.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'll request Dr. Sudhir Singh Badaria sir to give an introductory address. Sir, Sudhir Singh Badaria sir, please sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Yeah, please sir.
Dr. Manjunatha, I have already briefed.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now that's one more our guest of honor, the Professor Dr. Saravana Raj, the Director, Agriculture Extension. He is a renowned personality in case of an agri entrepreneurship, and also he is aiding in a managed center in innovatives and agripreneurship to promote an agri startups, and he is a principal investigator for Center of Excellence in Agribusiness Incubation as a knowledge partner in RKV project. He worked as an head of School of Social Sciences, senior faculty of Agriculture Extension in CAE Impal, and the one more the point has to be remembered here is East India in case of upholding of marginal and small scale the tribal farmer, and he is a coordinator in extension activities and uplifted the farmers, and his specialization in ICT, social medias and extension reforms, innovation in case of agri entrepreneurship, policy issues like that. He is having a Netherlands government fellowship award, and he wrote 4 books and 45 articles, and the Saravana sir is delivering a lecture on agribusiness, agri startup experience from a managed Hyderabad 2:30 p.m. It's a great honor to have sir here. Now I'll request Dr. Saravana Raj sir to address our participant. Saravana Raj sir, please sir.
Thank you, Dr. Manjunatha, and respected Professor S.K. Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor, and all the dignitaries and course organizing team led by Professor Ratna Singh and all other participants. Very good morning to all of you. And I'm very delighted and happy to be part of this inaugural program. That a very important topic of agribusiness and technologies for agribusiness and agri startups. It's a very interesting topic because today we'll talk anything. It's a buzzword. Startups is a buzzword. It is not only in India, globally startups are agribusiness buzzword. We whole agricultural production rate, whatever we talked over the years. Now we'll talk about income, increasing the income, and farming become more or less, we need to move towards something like business. That's what whole government of India, others, we are talking about, seeing whole farming become business so that farmers get the better profit or increase the income like that. It is not only increasing the production, that's what whole idea is changing. And also the environment which is there today, it is promoting large number of agribusiness, agri startups, never before. And today is like that. That's why globally, every 9th agri startups come from India. That's why among a large number of countries, every 9th agri startups comes from India. That may be the one of the interesting point, and also it shows the vibrancy of agribusiness startups in India. Nowadays, it is moving towards this direction. That's what. And when we talk about agri business and agri startups, there are recent days, if you see 4 areas, especially if you talk about large number of food tech startups, people are talking about something food technology related startups. It is, for example, millets may be the one of the example, or organic farming, organic products may be another example. And taking from farmers cultivation to advisory and taking to value addition and taking to the consumers, they will try to see these food tech startups are gaining a lot of importance, especially 2 areas, millets and organic. These things are gaining a lot of importance. Large number of agribusiness startups are going around this area, one area. And another interesting area is, and everybody trying to make the whole supply chain, whatever farmers are producing, taking to the consumers, they are trying to make more and more efficient. When we are making more and more efficient, and they are trying to stop few channels, they are stopping so that it become more efficient, more economical to the farmers and also consumers. That may be the very large number of interesting agribusiness and startups are coming in the supply chain management, and they are integrating with all IT tools. That's another interesting thing. And the third area is, when we talk over the years, agriculture extension as a service or technology transfer like that. But today, agriculture extension, many of the startups are moving towards farming as a service. It is not only technology transfer or not only giving the information or awareness to the farmers. Entire value chain activities are they're trying to integrate. That's why they are calling farming as a service. Farming, whatever farming doing, they are supporting all the support services, including agriculture extension. That's what we talk today. Agriculture extension, not only technology transfer, it is something like value chain extension. It need to cover everything. It is technology nowadays everywhere, institutes, universities, or ICR, or web portal, or mobile phone, everywhere available. But how to make it entire value chain become more efficient, taking this particular technology, that may be the important. That's why farming as a service, another interesting area is emerging in the big, in agribusiness and startups. And the fourth area may be very exciting area when we are talking about technologies for agribusiness or agri startups, that is information technology related, whether you talk about artificial intelligence or IoTs or Internet of Things or machine learning and all these data, big data like that, they're trying to integrate, including remote sensing. This is a fourth area, more tech savvy, and even though it is large number of farmers, small and less farm holdings are less, but still somewhere like Maharashtra, like grape farming, and wherever there is considerable production is coming in the high value crops, all these remote sensing and IT based tools are trying to help the farmers. These are one exciting area need to look for, to integrate large number of farmers and making the data to make the better decisions. For example, farmer based organizations, farmer producer organization, already large numbers are coming, already they are aggregated small farmers. And these data management IT tools trying to integrate large number of farmer-based organizations so that they can provide the better services. These type of IT-based solutions are coming in the big way. They are trying to aggregate large number of farmers and farmer-based organizations. These four areas, something very interesting and very exciting to work in the rural areas. Large number of innovative small startups are coming. It is, and again, another third interesting thing is, and the enabling environment or government policy support is much forthcoming. Nowadays, if you see whether universities or ICR institutes or DST, DBT, and the ministries of all our government's ministries, those who are working in agriculture and rural development, large number of policy in place to promote large number of agribusiness and startup ecosystem. For example, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare 2 years before, RKY everybody, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, we know last many years, since 2016, we know it is going for large number of infrastructure development, other things also, state level, they are funding from Ministry of Agriculture, Farmer Welfare. 2 years before they ordered, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare ordered innovation and agripreneurship component. Within the 2 years, last few months, there is 346 agri startups are funded across the country. And there are 29 agri incubation centers are across the country. They are available. At least every state they are having one incubation center from RKY Raptar. These type of new initiatives are coming. Last 10 years we had only 450 agri startups, but last year alone, Government of India from the Ministry of Agriculture alone, they are funded 346 agri startups. Similarly, there are Nidhi Aayog or DST, DBT, BIRAC, and again NABARD coming with rural innovation centers concept. Already they are funding few universities to have the incubation centers. And again, ICR having the technology incubation centers across the country. Like that, whole this incubation ecosystem is coming, and whatever Government of India's infrastructure fund all know, they are also supporting big way in agribusiness and startups. That's an interesting policy is enabling in a big way. And same time, there is a coherent, there is a complementary ecosystem is emerging from the universities and other higher learning institutions or research institutions like ICAR. That's a very interesting thing. And for example, RKY Raptar alone, there is no criteria. Anybody comes with a new idea is selected, they can go for the 5 lakhs rupees to ground their innovative idea in agribusiness or agri startup. Somebody already running some innovation or agri startups innovatively, they can go for 25 lakhs grants. It is not equity, it is not loan. It's straight away Government of India funding as a loan. And apart from that, large number of private players like angel investors or venture capitals, many are coming to support in agriculture area. That's why maybe India's agriculture sector may be one of the vibrant sector in promoting agribusiness, agri startups in coming days also. There are quite exciting startups are coming. And I will talk more about during my session, and considering the inauguration, and I don't want to take much time. I thank all the organizers and the universities and other institutions that are part of this important topic, and also organizing secretaries and all the participants. And I thank for opportunity, and also all the best for all the participants for the great learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saravana sir, for enlightening the startup and agribusiness and the innovative that's a farmer that's increasing a farmer income by marketing and food technology, the strategies and organic farming and value chain, and the important use of an ITCs in case of ICTs in case of agribusiness, thereby how you can improve on a farmer income. Thank you very much, sir. Now is one more our guest of honor, Dr. S.N. Upadhyaya, Director of Extension Services, RVSKV, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Sir is a renowned entomologist. He worked in MSc entomology and also PhD in entomology, and he worked in different cadre like in a junior scientist, assistant professor, associate professor, professor and head of section in a department of entomology, and is in charge for a sorghum project, and is an university head for department of entomology in the agriculture College of Agriculture, Gwalior, and he worked as a dean for College of BM College of Agriculture, Khandwa, and director of extension services now. He is working, and he is having a 35 years of that's experience in teaching, research and extension, and he published more than 35 research paper, and he wrote an entomology book for especially for a PG student. The great honor to have you here, sir. Now I will request S. Upadhyaya sir to speak few words to our participant and trainees. Please, sir. Dr. S. Upadhyaya sir, please, sir.
Good morning to all, sir. I am very thankful to nominate me as a guest of honor in the training sponsored by RVSKV Gwalior and National. Sir. Madam. May I start?
Sir, please go ahead. You're audible, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Sponsored by Rajmata Vijay Raja Scindia, Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and National Agriculture Development Cooperative Limited, Baramulla, Jammu and Kashmir. I would like to share my thoughts regarding recent technologies of agribusiness management and agri-entrepreneurship in terms of PowerPoint display. So, 1 minute, sir.
Please go to the present now and open a new window. In new window, you're going to get a PPT.
First, you have to open the PPT itself.
Yeah, first you have to open the PPT, sir. Then you go for a presenting. Then you open a new window. In that, you're going to get a PPT.
Please open the PowerPoint presentation. Once the window is open, click on Present Now and choose a window option. In the window option, you will get the PPT and share the screen. Or you can choose to share the entire screen. That will also work, but you need to open the PPT first.
Okay, sir. क्या बोल रहे?
Can you share your entire screen, sir?
दिख रहा है सर? Are you seeing?
No, not as of yet. Can you share the screen? First open the PPT, then share the screen. Yeah,
now-
it's starting. It's starting. Which option did you choose, sir? Is the PowerPoint open, sir?
PowerPoint, sir. PPT.
Yes, sir. PPT is
Yeah,
open, sir.
Open the PPT first. Once the PPT is open on your computer, then click on present now.
ओपन कर लिया सर मैंने.
Yeah, click on the PPT. You have to open the PPT first. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you help us guide you? I will guide you, sir.
दिख नहीं रहा है क्या?
Hello? Is the PPT open? Hello?
PPT open हो गया?
Is the PPT open, sir? Can you click and open?
आगे बढ़ाओ ना.
Wrong because you've chosen you have to choose Windows PPT. Then just a folder. Of it. Top 10.
क्यों नहीं open हो रहा है?
PPT को ओपन कर सकते.
Sir, otherwise you can read a PPT, sir. It's not a problem. Is there a...
इसको
Yeah,
आगे.
please
So
go
that
ahead.
we will be able to
Yeah, please go ahead with
hear
like...
you better.
Yeah, please go ahead like that. It's not a problem, sir. Please go ahead.
I can read. I can read.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, I would like to share about this agri-business management and agri-entrepreneurship. First of all, I would like to say the definition of the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship describes the capacity to take high threats, prosper, manage, and arrange a new company venture to earn earnings. And this definition was proposed by Fitz, Koch, et al. Then another definitions are some agricultural entrepreneurship, additionally called agripreneurship, means the term which is connected with the marketing in addition to the production of various agricultural plants collectively and get the revenue appropriately. Then next is moreover the farmers enter into business partnership with other value chain companions such as agents, and likewise this form a method of contextual marketing which might bring about large company sectors at the end if they get success. Then another point is what is the exact time for agriculture startup? India today is emerging as a major startup hub with the urban industry, GD and new entrepreneurial power. Unfortunately, the agricultural market has stayed out of idea and also out of mind. The government has actually already launched to use. Sir. I would like to show you PPT from start. Entrepreneurship, the definition of the entrepreneurship are proposed by different persons in different times. First is entrepreneurship describe the capacity to take high threats, prosper, manage and arrange a new company venture to earn earnings. Agriculture entrepreneurship, additionally called agripreneurship, means the term which is connected with the marketing in addition to the production of various agriculture plant collectively and get the revenue appropriately. Moreover, the farmers enter into business partnership with other value chain companions such as agents, and likewise this form a method of contextual marketing which might bring about large company sectors at the end if they get success, not only in establishing alternative sources of work, but entrepreneurship can also likewise assist radicalize farming strategies as well as bring advancement to boost return per hectare. The next point is, what is the exact time for agricultural startup? India today is emerging as a major startup hub with the urban industry giddy with new entrepreneurial power. Unfortunately, the agricultural market has stayed out of ideas and also out of mind. The government has actually already launched to use attractive rewards, including easy bank loan facilities, insurance, policy system, and also tax benefit to farmer come entrepreneurs. Next point is developing entrepreneurs in agriculture can immensely benefit Indian economy by minimizing the concern on agriculture, getting employment opportunities for rural young people, lowering the requirement of migration from rural to city locations, thereby minimize stress on cities, etc., using private and also national earnings. Next point. What are the benefits of entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is a very important term, and there are certain benefits of this. The biggest advantage of entrepreneurship is the improvement of the economy of the country. Entrepreneurship also open brand new job opportunities to the persons. The market that a business owner gets in is also boosted due to their advancement. Not just do the entrepreneurs make a considerable revenue, they assist the atmosphere as well as enhance the industry and market. Agriculture business category. What are the business agriculture business categories? There are certain categories which I would like to share here. Effective resources like feed, seed, fertilizer, tools, power equipment, and so on. Agricultural commodities like raw and refined products and products of food as well as fiber. Facilitative provider like debit, insurance, advertising and marketing, storage, space, processing, transport, loading, and so on. Can small scale farmers become entrepreneurs? Is it possible? So I would like to share here some thoughts. Small scale farmers throughout the globe have actually shown an exceptional capacity to adjust. They search for much better means to organize their farms. They attempt new plants and cultivars, better animals, as well as alternative technologies to raise efficiency, expand production, minimize threat, and also enhance profits. Sector where entrepreneurship can help the agribusiness. First is food handling. Agriculture-based industrial item represent half of all exports from creating nations. However, most of them involve exports of resources versus created nations whose exports primarily consist of refined products. By continuing to run at a reduced level of the worth chain, we are losing income as well as production. A whole food food handling market can be created in rural areas, enhancing revenue as well as employment. Floriculture in a variety of situations blossoms. Farming can be done on a small tracts of land. Next. Pisciculture, fisheries. Fisheries is one of the most important component of agriculture business. Fish farming is exercised by a lot of farmers to boost their revenues. Next. Farm innovation. Dependency on out-of-date as well as ineffective innovations result in inadequate performance as well as low income. While huge range farmers have taken on contemporary technology on a significant scale in India, many tiny farmers still depend on age-old farming techniques with mainly manual approaches. Agriculture farm. We can maintain the agriculture farm in this area. One can begin a farming farm by spending practical cash. You can produce things based on the regional needs as well as offer them locally. For far locations, you can also provide product via distribution networks. Then another component is recent technologies is vermicompost. There is a interest of farming communities to start their organic farming and sell in the urban cities. It calls for a really low investment as well as this can be considered profitable for the startup agricultural company. You can just begin this organization by the appropriate expertise of the production process. Next. Dried flower organization. It is also one can start this business also. Organic farm green home. The increased demand for organic agricultural business as there are numerous health and wellness risks in the food expended with chemical as well as fertilizer. Individual are growing organic food. Next. Then component, it has to be the fastest expanding field of agriculture and also farming services. Mushroom farming business may start by the farmers. By doing the organization, you can make great earnings in just a few weeks. Next. Hydroponic stores without using soil, it may be done very easily. Snail farming. It is a process of elevating land snails, especially for human consumption. It has a high rate of protein, iron, slim, as well as nearly all the amino acids needed for the human body. Furthermore, one should have a particular knowledge of contemporary innovations. Sunflower farming. Next. Beekeeping is also important. It demands daily surveillance with the close guidance of the beekeeping company is provided for offering honey and various other products like wax. Not to fail to remember as the need for honey is growing globally. Selecting this business is a successful venture which calls for a small financial investment. Next. Fruits and vegetable export may be done. One can begin the export of fruits and vegetable organization by gathering them from neighborhood farmers. Next. High-tech horticulture. Most of the farmers are doing traditional agriculture, but they can convert their traditional agriculture into high-tech horticulture. Horticulture is an integral part of food and nutritional security. It is an essential component of economic security of the stakeholder. High-tech horticulture is a technology which is modern, less environment dependent and capital intensive, but with a capacity to improve productivity and farmers' income. Next. Flower shop. This is also related with the agri business and farming good differs in their land and can sell in the different shops. Next. Botanical pesticide manufacturing. as we are knowing that agricultural pesticides are harmful to the human beings, so that we can do the botanical pesticide manufacturing also. Next. Basket weaving. This is also made by the agriculture products like bamboo sets, etc. Next. Floor milling. Establishing your very own brand name item is very rewarding in this service. Some other profitable farming service ideas. Dairy technology. Dairy technology is a science and engineering field that deals with the study of milk processing and its products. Goatry. Goats are among the main meat producing animal in India, whose meat is one of the choice meats and has huge domestic demand due to its good economic prospects. Goat rearing under intensive and semi-intensive system for commercial production has been gaining momentum for the past couple of years. Next. Conclusion. As the human population comes close to 10 billion people by 2050, farming is positioned to proceed with development to fulfill the demand for food. Farming develops even more jobs, beginning with farmers and crossing with ranch tool markers, food handling plants, transportation framework, as well as production. The advancement from the farming to agriculture has brought with it countless benefits. These includes reduced drudgery for laborers, the launch of workers for non-agricultural undertakings, a better quality of food as well as fibers, a greater selection of products, improved nutrition, and enhanced wheelchair of individuals. To create better crop variety for human health as well as food safety and security, farmers are working to develop markets for brand new plants. Consumers as well as their kids can find out first.
Yeah. Upadhyaya sir. I'm going to thank the Director of Extension Services, RVSKVU Gwalior, Dr. S. Upadhyaya sir, enlightening almost all the areas of agriculture, horticulture, and fishery culture, sericulture, and veterinary, and giving in benefits of an entrepreneurship. He covered almost all our topics in a single PowerPoint. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable suggestion and also your the extraordinary that's speak about agri entrepreneurship. Thank you, sir. Now is I will move into the one of the most weighted, the chief guest of today function, Honorable Vice Chancellor of RVSKVV, Dr. S.K. Rao. The sir is a very known educationist and a researcher. He's worked in a different cadre like a senior research assistant.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I finished my lecture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, you have today's chief guest, the Professor S.K. Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RVSKVV, the Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. That's S.K. Rao, sir, is an educationist, researcher, and he's having 36 years of experience in and I worked in a different cadre like senior research assistant, junior assistant, scientist, university professor and head, director of farms, and also vice chancellor in charge and dean of faculty of agriculture, director of research service. Now sir is presently working as a vice chancellor. He is a principal investigator for so many extramural project, national, international, and he visited to the that's an maximization of soybean to the Japan, and he's having 200 research paper on national in case of an international. He's a member of a board of management for so many organizations. He is having so many awards. I'm going to list out only the 2 or 3. Rafi Ahmad Kidwa Award for an Benignium, Dr. Kailash Nath Kharju Award, ICR Award for Outstanding, and Achievers Award 220 for contribution in agriculture development by Society for the Advancement of Human and Nature. Now is an privilege to have you, sir, here. I'll request Dr. S.K. Rao, sir, to deliver that's an address of the participant and the organizing team member. Yes, Rao, sir, please. Dr. S.K. Rao, sir. Mazid, please confirm that S.K. Rao, sir, is there here. Mazid?
Just a second, sir. Let me see.
Dr. S.K. Rao, sir, Vice Chancellor, RVSPV, Gwalior.
Vice Chancellor Ankita Ramani.
Hello. Hello. Actually, there is some problem from our honorable Vice Chancellor side. It is not unmuting. So please wait for a minute.
Mazid?
Yeah, he has to unmute himself. I can't unmute someone. I can only mute, he can unmute. Sir has to unmute himself. There's a red icon on the mic that has to be changed.
Mazid, your voice is not clear.
Is it clear now?
No, your voice is not clear.
Okay, it is clear.
Hello, sir. If your microphone icon is red, please click on it so that you can unmute yourself. Yeah, perfect. You can speak now. Hello? Can you speak something so that we can hear you, sir? No, you muted yourself again. Click on the microphone icon that should not be red. If it's red, that means you're muted. Hello?
Your mic is off due to the...
Yeah, it's fine now. I'm able to hear you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Loud and clear.
Okay,
Yes, sir,
thank
yes,
you
sir.
very much, Dr. Manjunath. I am sorry it was delayed for a few minutes due to some problems here with the laptop and all these things. And anyhow, that I would like to, first of all, I would like to thank this National Agriculture Development Cooperative Limited and with having the collaborative program with Rajmata Vijayaraya India Krishi Vishwavidyalaya Gwalior for organizing this recent technologies of agri-business management and the agri-entrepreneurship. I think it is one of the very important areas looking into the present situation of the governmental policies and the encouragement for entrepreneurship and the promotion of agribusiness management. First of all, I would like to, I heard about the Srivan Raj, Director, Manage, and Dr. S.L. Upadhyay is also my colleague, Director Extension Services, and I thank the Dr. Sudhir Bhadoria and Manjunath and his team and other coordinators and the program managers and also the speakers. And you people have selected a very good diversified speakers from the different areas that can give the overall picture for any entrepreneur, what area they can select for the entrepreneurship and agribusiness promotion activities. And if you look at the status of our country as a whole, we are surplus in production for the last many years. And we are surplus in our agricultural production in more than 10 commodities, leaving oil seeds. But we could not able to capitalize this surplus in the past. Now everybody is thinking about, even the government of India and the state governmental policies, they are mostly focusing on the value chain development and the processing activities. How we can capitalize the surplus production for the processing and also for the export purposes. This has become a major task. And apart from that, they're looking into the other problems related to the agriculture, and most of the food crops like rice and wheat and including maize, there is a stagnation in the productivity globally, including oilseed crop, soybean also. But there is a little scope in India to enhance the productivity of the soybean as well as the maize. I don't think we would like to have a breakthrough in the productivity of the maize, rice and wheat in future. There are problems. Biological ceiling has been achieved. Only it can come through the management aspects. You can increase the little bit increase in productivity of 10% and then 20%, not beyond that. But with the decline in the area of cultivation, but not increasing the productivity, not utilizing the surplus produce for marketing, this is a forceful situation for the entrepreneurs to grow for agribusiness development. And Dr. Srivan Rajan has clearly stated about many things on many areas, but whosoever wants to have an agribusiness, he need not be an agricultural graduate. Shows non-agricultural graduates are doing a better job in the agricultural sector for the startups. This, especially the IT people, engineers, several people. And I think more than 2,000 people have been registered, participants have been registered in this. I think they will get lectures from the different areas, starting from basic core agriculture and the post-harvest technology management, technologies, management, entrepreneurship, promotion, management of agribusiness, and all the aspects have been covered in this. But in this, you thought you have to search the business in agriculture now. We never searched the business in agriculture. Our efforts have been made only to increase the production and then making the commodity marketing. Somebody else is doing the processing in many commodities in India also. But no, not they are taking to other places and then processing and packaging in almost many commodities. Our processing industry has not been grown to the extent it is required. The average processing about the agricultural produce is about not more than 3 to 4%. But those countries, those who don't have an agricultural base, they had a production capacity, processing capacity, and up to 100%. And up to 100%, everything is processed. They don't consume anything without processing. It is the reverse situation in our country. And that shows that this much of gap is there to increase the agricultural business activity for the value chain development of the agricultural produce and the processing and marketing of the agricultural products in the business by branding, by having the different types of brands. For any business, first I will talk about in brief about agribusiness management. The technologies are not the limiting factor. Technologies are not the limiting factor now. So we had a very good network of agriculture universities and 73 agriculture universities, and then ICR institutes, more than about 80 institutes, and then different set of projects. If you look at the National Agriculture Research System as a whole, and it is one of the biggest system in the world. And but this system is delivering the technologies regularly that can be commercialized into a business activity. But you have to choose what technology you want, how you can commercialize that thing, how you can convert that agricultural produce into a business proposition. And for that, Dr. Upadhyay has given some of the tips, some of the opportunities. There are more than 150 opportunities for the agriculture business management. Anybody can choose anything. Anybody can operate at any place in the value chain of any product. It doesn't mean one has to go for a complete value chain. You can start from a production, or you can produce to the branding of a product, consumer's product, or it can be a processor. And if you take an example of organic cotton, India exports 40% of the organic cotton to the other countries where the garments are being manufactured. About 35 countries are manufacturing the garments from the Indian source of origin of the organic cotton. And there are about 15 players are involved in that, the complete value chain, starting from seed to manufacturing of a cloth and the garment also. And you can imagine the scope of potential of the business in a one commodity. Similarly, if you take anything, and there will be enormous opportunities, but you have to think at what stage you can operate, and with your willingness to do that business, and you should have an interest, and then you should have the skills to do that. And all these things are required. First of all, in any business activity, whether it is an agricultural business or non-agriculture business, the entrepreneur should have a clear vision. Really, I am interested to do that, I can do that, I will do that. And then only he can do the business. If by saying somebody else and advising by a particular institutes like ours or somebody else, now you go for this business, you do that, and every time that fellow comes back to us and say, no sir, how can I do this, and I am not pulling out of this business, and all these things, these type of questions comes. First, any entrepreneur should study about this sector, and then what the intricacies of that business activities, and then understand the business, and by studying all these things and competitors and products, variable products available in the market, how you can penetrate into the markets, and all these things one have to study basically. That is one area. Another area that is ideation. If any new idea comes that is not existing today in the business, in agricultural sector also, there are many things. There are thousands of things where the ideas can be converted into a business in agricultural sector now. That idea has to come from that guy. And for that purpose, RKUA, Raftar, and all these things, many incubators in India are being supporting by providing the support to those ideas and to the financing. That idea can be converted into a business proposition or a design in case of other manufacturing items. In this way, the things are being promoted. And if you look at the 20 years back, the business in any business, especially in agribusiness and the seed sector, the seed industry people get the loan at the rate of 24% from the nationalized banks. 20-25 years back, and how that in those days also they could able to earn the profit by getting the loan at the rate of 20-25%. Most of the time it is 18%, 16%. Now, if you look at the present scenario of the opportunities in terms of the availability of the finances for the entrepreneurs, the agribusiness promotion, it is 4%, 5%, 6%. Other than that, initially for startups, angel investors, venture capitalists, even the institutions and incubators and the ministries are supporting with the 25,000 rupees, just 5,000 rupees like that, and to convert that idea into a business proposition. In this way, a lot of support is being there in our country as compared to the other countries. I have seen many incubators abroad, and more than about 8,000 incubators are available across the globe. Out of that, the country like ours, agribusiness incubators, were the leaders in the world. We are providing this services to the African country and other countries also, because nobody knows about agribusiness incubator support system to the agribusiness. Because ours is an agricultural-based country, initially we started with 5 incubators. At Jabalpur, ours is one of them, and then there are many other agricultural universities who have started this. Now, the Government of India, Ministry of Agriculture, and then DST and DBT, and all these things have created, including NABARD has created very good facilities to have a platform for development of the agribusiness activities in the rural areas. And this is an opportunity, this is the right time to have this type of the webinar for 21 days to enlighten the graduate students of any discipline, though even if we are not a graduate, we can able to understand these lectures and they can get an idea that what they can do it and what are the opportunities, what are the technologies available, and what, how they can get the finances, how they can manage the business activities, and all these things can be easily understood through this type of structured webinar. Any agriculture business, if you take out the agri-business management activity, you should have a clear vision. Your vision should be very clear in any business, especially agri-business. It is climate dependent and the farmer-oriented production systems and all. Your vision should be very clear, and you should have a mission, and then you should have a core values in the working with ethical principles and also clear-cut objectives. If you can have these four, definitely you can go to the nearer to the success in your activities. And if you look at the different areas that our previous persons were already given, there are many areas. The biggest area is the watershed development and conservation agriculture, and the farm developmental activities, and then seed sector, biotechnology, food processing, medicinal aromatic plants, organic spices, livestock food production, farm fresh production, and organic production systems, and commodity trading, biofertilizers, horticulture, many more things. You can have a long list of, I told you, more than 150 items. We can list it because this country is a vast country with diversified crops, and more than 50 field crops are there. About 150 types of vegetables were there, unlimited medicinal aromatic plants, and huge number of spices are being grown. Everything has a great potential for the business activity. It can be turned into a business activity. And that we have to decide what we have to select. And now the present situation in our country with respect to the agriculture production and benefiting the farmers are not getting the benefits out of the farming. Why they are not getting? Their produce is being sold in the mandis, and now recently open governmental policies, they can give it to the private traders. That is not adequate enough to get a more income to the farmer. Agriculture business has to get into the rural areas through an entrepreneurship promotions and the services to be provided for the input supply. There are many more services. There are about 60-70 services that can be provided in the rural areas to the farmers to get to benefit the farmers as well as the entrepreneurs also, and it can be a revenue generation models, and those things need to be adopted. Now the government of India, the new policies of the marketing, that has facilitated the market linkages in a better way. That results we have to just see. This is only 2 to 3 months period we have passed, and we are definitely this is the best. These are the best policies and the best proposition to improve the income of the farmers by getting the better price to the produce at the doorstep without any hassles. And now if you can able to create the rural go-downing facilities, as the government is already sanctioned about 1,500 crores for the rural infrastructure, and also many players for the as a service providers in the rural areas to run the business activity for the plant protection and soil water conservation and the conservation agriculture and watershed development and the farm developmental activities. Many more can be created within the village itself by providing the services to the farmers, and even in the organic farming, vermicompost production, and all these things can add the revenue to the whole system, and then further business can be easily promoted in the rural areas. Actually, business is there in the rural areas, but not in the urban areas. There are urban areas are only for showcasing and marketing. Actually, the products have to be generated from the rural areas. If once the products have been developed in the rural areas, definitely this country will grow like anything. And it is one of the biggest economy in the world through the agriculture now. The service sector may fail, and you have seen how the developed countries have a failure in the economy through the service sector. Their contribution about 70-80% to the services, but our country could able to stabilize in the COVID-19 period with only agriculture, because we had a very strong base, diversified climates, diversified crops, well-trained farmers, we have well-trained traditions in agriculture, and very high adaptive rate of the technologies. But the only problem is that they could not able to have a competitive agriculture in terms of the products that can be competitively marketed across the globe. Now, the first criteria is that to make it as a successful agribusiness for any entrepreneurship, we have to make it as a agriculture competitive for the farmers. Farmers should get the money, and he will get the money if he can able to get it processed his product, branded product, and then market it, and you can avoid the too many middlemen in the system, from the consumer to the producer, then definitely you can get it. The only option left for this type of small and marginal farmers, about 85%, those who are contributing to the food security in our country, not the big farmers. Big farmers are not, contribution is very less for the food security in the country. Only this 80-85% of the small marginal farmers are the major contributors of the food security. If they are comfortable in farming, and if it is profitable, if their returns are increased, they will go for farming. They can fill their bellies, and the surplus production, they can sell it in the markets, they can fill our bellies also. Otherwise, it is going to be a big problem for the future if the small and marginal farmers are not comfortable for easy to do the farming activities. And with the apart from this, one more thing is that the ecosystem for entrepreneurship is very good nowadays. The rate of interest is very less, and there are several platforms across the country through these incubators. Previously, we don't have any mechanism. Any entrepreneur, they used to come to the universities 20-30 years back. They used to ask us, sir, I want to do the business. Even a scientist alone cannot guide an entrepreneur. You should have the business management ecosystem through a platform like incubators. It may be any source of incubator. And that platform can serve the purpose for the development of the conceiving an idea and giving a technology and access to the technologies from other sources, and developing the business plans and DPRs, facilitating for the finance and the licenses, and preparing a product ready for the marketing, and then trial marketing and branding, and all these things can be done through these platforms. And so that fellow hand-holding even after the after the graduation from the incubator is also very important nowadays. And with all these services provided to the business incubator, definitely any entrepreneur can have a successful business activity. He can go towards the success. He may not. But I tell you, most of the startups are initially, they used to face a lot of problems, but not to having these type of services. These type of services can facilitate for the better success of the entrepreneurs in future. It is also going on, but there should be a mindset for an entrepreneur to do the business. You cannot forcibly ask anyone to go for this business and that business. Here, his mind will be somewhere else, and he is just sitting and listening and all these things and starting the business, and he could not able to deliver anything. He cannot be a successful entrepreneur. There should be interest in that fellow to do the business. There should be a proper mindset to do the business. Then those can be successful, and if initially they may fail 2 to 3 times, they should not leave that activity. They should understand how they are getting failures, how they can improve, where they are losing money, how they can improve upon these type of things. They have to learn by practice itself. Nobody is going to teach them how you have to do it. Only the business management team can guide them, entrepreneurs, but ultimately the person who is interested to do the business, he has to learn from his practice and experience only. With these few words, and I thank you very much for the organizers for having this collaborative program with RVSKVV Gwalior, and also the participants who have registered for this, and along with all the speakers, distinguished speakers from across the country as well as from other countries. Thank you very much for all of you for giving me an opportunity to share some of my views. Thank you very much.
Thank you, S. Koteshwar Rao, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RVSKVV Gwalior, for enlightening in different agribusiness, lifestyle, horticulture, fisheries, and also how rural the area agribusiness can be started up. Elaborating in so many opportunities where you can work much more, thereby you can increase in a farmer income. Thank you very much, sir. Now we are coming to the presidential address. Today, the president address has to be delivered by a Vice Chancellor of an US Raichu. Because of an unavailable attending. Now I'm having one more. The renowned professor, associate professor, professor of agriculture, head of
Manjunatha sir, you are not audible. Be a bit more clearer.
University heads and Dean of Postgraduate Studies, Raju. Working as a director of education register. He is having so many awards. Like in a merit for
Validator.
now, sir. Majid sir, now is audible. Audible, sir. Majid sir, hello. Majid sir, I am
Can you
audible.
be more? Yeah, there is some network issue. Can you repeat?
Majid
We
sir.
were not able to hear you. We are not able to hear you. Can you repeat?
Majid sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I am hearing now. Okay.
Yeah, can you? Yeah, please introduce.
Okay, sir. Majid sir, okay now.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. MG Patil sir is the Director of Education. Sir, Education and Register of US, Raichur, Karnataka. He's worked in a different cadre like Assistant Professor, Associate Professor, and Professor, Head of the Department, University Head, Dean of Postgraduate Study, US, Raichur. Is having so many the awards, Distinguished Scientist Award, Lifetime Achievement Award. He is guided around 16 PG students. And under the extramural project, I visited so many abroad countries. Now I request MG Patil sir to deliver a presidential address. MG Patil sir, please sir.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Manjunath. Is audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Audible, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes,
Audible, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon to one and all. I am indeed pleased very much to be a part of this inaugural session of 21 days innovative training program on recent technologies of agribusiness management and agri-entrepreneurship being jointly organized by the Rajmata Vijaya Raja Scindia Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and National Agriculture Development Cooperative Limited, Baramulla. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Timani sir, for giving me this opportunity to preside over this function as he is on emergency tour. I thank the organizers too for providing me an opportunity to preside over the function. Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. S.K. Rao, who has very elaborately mentioned the importance of this agribusiness management. Dr. S.N. Upadhyaya, Director of Extension Services, he also highlighted the entire program. Dr. Ratna Nasine, Professor and Dean, Dr. Sudhir Singh Bhaduria, Nodal Officer, Agribusiness Incubation Center, Dr. Sarvanan Raj, Director, Agriculture Extension, Manage, Hyderabad, and all the course conveners, entire team of organizers, officials of NADCL, and my dear participant. In fact, the present training program on agribusiness management and agri-entrepreneurship is the most important and opt topic chosen. India being the country of agricultural importance and 70% of the people totally depending on this important profession. There is a need to give a new dimension to the agriculture. This is possible only when profession of agriculture is considered as an agribusiness with further rollout into development of entrepreneurial skill. The economy of the producer can be improved and also the country's GDP. India is endowed with varied agroclimatic zones which facilitates the production of temperate, subtropical and agricultural commodities. The growing demand for the agriculture inputs like feed, fodder, inorganic and biofertilizer encompasses the scope of agribusiness in the country. Further, the biotechnological applications have vast scope in producing seeds, bioagents. The export potential as a source of economic growth, India has an enormous capability to trade its commodities online through world trade arrangements. This can boost the economic growth of the country. The processing and post-harvest potential, the marine and coastal wealth in the form of fisheries, livestock wealth, forest resources, beekeeping, mushroom production, organic farming, seed production, genetically modified crops, micro irrigation system coupled with farm implements all serve as a potential source of agribusiness in India. With all this, the Indian agribusiness has been growing at a rate of 10% per annum, and still there is a scope for further enhancement, provided the entrepreneurial competencies are looked into, such as a good initiative, harvesting the opportunities, persistence, information seeking, concern for high quality work, commitment to work, efficiency, systematic planning, problem solving approaches, self confidence, assertiveness, persuasion, monitoring, and concern to the welfare of the stakeholders, etc. The recent agenda of both the central and state government, which mainly focus on welfare of the farming community. They are rightly addressing the farming crisis, pursuing the better policies. The government of India has targeted to double the average farmer's income by 2020. Also, the central government introduced the reforms in agricultural marketing through important acts recently would pave a way for the growth and development of agricultural sector in the country. The agriculture entrepreneurship denotes the marketing of goods in addition to production of various agri items and inputs as well. The farmers can make groups or enter into the business partnership with other value chain companies and progress themselves. Most agricultural activities are forced to move too closely by towns or cities looking for a job, often in unskilled, messy markets. This highlights the need for establishing much more innovative mechanism in the rural economy that boost employment opportunities in agricultural field. There are many successful agri-entrepreneurs developed in India. Just to quote one or two, the Gujarat's milk cooperatives and Maharashtra sugar cooperative have met with almost success. Keeping some of this in mind, entrepreneurial opportunities can be harvested in many aspects, such as dried flower business, mushroom farming, beekeeping, and so on, so forth. There is a need to cope with changing global requirement and changing consumers' preferences. Thus, agri-entrepreneurship plays a vital role for the future agriculture in India. And the latest technologies that suits the agribusiness management need to give high priority for the future. I wish all the participants to explore the possibilities here and to turn out to be a very good entrepreneurs by yourself and guiding the farming community in this direction so that the economic health of the farmers and the country may be improvised. I thank once again for giving me this opportunity to address you all as president of the function. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, MG Patil, sir, the Director of Education, Registered for Enlightening a Biotechnological Application, Postmortem, and the introduction of a latest technology in case of an agribusiness. Okay, now I'll request Professor Nizamuddin Sulaiman, Deputy Director, Administration of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Ministry of Agriculture, Sudan, to deliver a vote of thanks. Dr. Sulaiman, sir, please. Dr. Sulaiman, sir. Deputy Director, Nizamuddin Sulaiman.
Dr. Manjunath, he is not on the screen. You only propose the vote of thanks, please.
Dr. Manjunatha.
Dr. Najmuddin has joined.
Yeah, please, sir. You're requested to present the vote of thanks. Hello? Please unmute yourself, sir. He has left the meeting. Dr. Manjunatha, can you provide the vote of thanks? Ma'am Ratna, can you provide the vote of thanks? I don't see Dr. Manjunatha here. Ratna ma'am. Dr. Manjunatha, hello?
Hello, sir. I'm here. Yeah.
Provide the vote of thanks.
Yeah, I requested Nizamuddin Sulaiman. Sir is not there.
Please, I don't think, yeah, he joined back in, but he's not audible.
Okay,
Dr.
right.
Najmuddin, can you speak, sir? We are not able to hear you. You're requested to provide the vote of thanks. You're not audible. There might be some audio issue with him, sir. No, Dr. Manjunatha.
Yeah. Okay. I'll thank our today chief guest, the Professor S.K. Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RVSKU, for being a chief guest for today inaugural session. And I'm going to thank our guest of honor, the Professor Saravana Raso, Dr. S.N. Upadhyaya sir, and today President Dr. K.N. Kattimani sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Agriculture Science, Raichur, Karnataka, and DM MG Patil sir, Director of Education, Register US Raichur. And I'm going to thank our course director Sudhir Singh Badaria, and one more Nizamuddin Sulaiman, Deputy Director. I'll thank all the organizers, those who are contributing, and I'll thank all the participants for patient hearing. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much. Mazid sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mazid sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Mazid sir.
I'm able to hear you, sir.
Mazid sir.
Hello. I'm able to hear you, sir. Participants are requested to join back in the
vote of thanks is over. Please close it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We can all leave, and the participants are requested to join 2:30 for the second session. Thank you.
Thank you.